What is up, guys? Welcome to Team Basani. My name is Sumi, and today we're going to give you the stock market update. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening next week. The entire market is going to get a reality check of everything that's been happening in 2025. So let's see if 2025 is going to have consequences for us with all the things that have been going on. The first thing I want to talk about is data, okay? The data is the most important thing that we're going to trade on, and there's a lot of stuff that's going on next week that could potentially move the market. The first thing that we have is ISM Manufacturing Index. This is the first look at industrial health of 2026. Here's what we're going to watch for. Anything above 50 means the sector is shrinking. If it's weak, expect a lot of the industrial stocks to kind of fall down and expect gold to kind of pump up. This is going to be on January 5th, okay, Monday. So we're going to get this information right away. Then we have January 7th. We have ADP employment and ISM services. This is kind of the pregame for the jobs reports, which is going to happen. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And this is going to give us a little bit more insight into services, which are the backbone of the economy. If this comes in hot, Feds are probably going to keep interest rates a little higher for longer. And Friday, January 9th, big data here, the jobs report. This is massive. This is a big market maker, mover, destroyer, whatever it could be. Unemployment is really high right now. I don't really know how they're going to combat this. It's extremely high, and it's ticking up past I think it was like 4.6%. It says 4.5% here on my data, but I think it was 4.6%. And there's a lot of recession talk that's kind of coming in the market. Now, the talk itself, the sentiment, it can be irrelevant if it's not strong, but it's really strong right now. A lot of that is really starting to bleed into what people are actually doing. See, like when people talk on social media, I think that many people think it's not going to affect the market, but social media is so large now, especially X when it comes to stocks and trading and everything like that. It is starting to get to people, like people are starting to think there's going to be a recession. People are already saying that January, the first few months of January are going to be a very big bear market. And look, just today, Friday, we had a kind of pullback. We've been having pullbacks. We're going down to 679. We hit 679.82, I think, on SPY. You know, could be something that's bad. Now, when it comes to trading, the big thing I'm looking for is these tech stocks, because we have 2026 CES, which is a consumer electronics show, which is going to feature a lot of new reveals, GPUs, all these things for these big tech companies. So it's a huge catalyst. It's happening in Vegas, January 6th to the 9th, and we're going to see a lot of volatility when it comes to tech stocks. So mainly hardware stocks, you know, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, these are like the big semiconductor stocks. They're going to start to unveil their major roadmaps for 2026. And man, they're probably going to have a lot of stuff that's focused more on AI, GPUs and CPUs and stuff like that are focused on AI calculations and optimizing their software with AI, which is going to be absolutely insane. So NVIDIA, let's talk about this for a second, because I'm in AMD calls right now. If you guys are in my private group, if you're my VIP, check it out. We're in AMD calls right now. We are up, literally, I'll show you guys right now. This is just one position here. We're up 105% on this. Check it out, 105%, if you guys can see that on these AMD calls. 105%. So with that being said, it's really important that you know what's going on, because these can make you a lot of money. So NVIDIA, okay, CEO Jensen Huang is scheduled to speak. He's going to be giving out a lot of information. Markets are going to have updates. It could also slide. So if it does not hold above 185, I do expect it to slide to like 170, and there could be a breakout as well. If NVIDIA starts climbing up to 200, we're going to have a breakout. If there's really good news, it could be absolutely insane for the market. Same thing with AMD. AMD typically follows. Dr. Lisa Su is the CEO of AMD. I love AMD. I have AMD in my computer. I think AMD is very, very competitive when it comes to NVIDIA. I'm very surprised to see AMD receiving less attention and less growth, but AMD is probably going to rock it off. I really hope it's going to kill it. We have a lot of earnings and a lot of reports that are coming in next week, so I'm really, really excited that our calls are stretching that long. If you see my position, they're going to be increasing as well. So it's going to be a high relative volume. There are going to be a lot of bullish movement. Things are going to be moving up. Another thing is Microsoft is going to be releasing earnings reports in January, so I do think there'll be a tick up until then. So end of January, I'm looking for Microsoft and Google looking for that to move as well. Intel had a very volatile 2025. Intel is insanely volatile, so they're pushing hard for a turnaround. I still have Intel calls myself. And any positive surprises regarding their foundry business or their new consumer chips could really come up to be a short-term rally. So I'm really, really excited about that. Now, a couple stocks I want to watch for bearish volume and momentum are Tesla. Tesla slipped 3% recently, and it's failing to deliver numbers. When Tesla bleeds, it falls really, really crazy, but it bounces, okay? So if Tesla can find a good support and it can bounce, it can rally all the way back up. It has a lot of opportunities to buy dips, and people buy dips with Tesla. So if it breaks down, it can drag down not only itself, but a lot of other EV names. Now, outside of that, I want to talk about crypto, because everybody wants to ask about crypto. There's a lot of crypto reserve talk right now. There's discussions about the strategic Bitcoin reserve, which, you know, we're trying to be the country that kind of stores all the Bitcoin and use that as a currency, as a hedge. So these are really heating up as a dollar weekend. So if Bitcoin keeps falling, it could get bought back up. Bitcoin is already pushing up to 90K. And if it's officially introduced, it will be a God candle to the moon. It'll be a God candle. So I'm looking for that as well. Even if you're not a big crypto guy, this is something that you should look for. And look, cheat sheet, little tips here. The New Year's gap, okay, stocks often gap up on the first Monday of the year. They usually gap up very hard. So don't enter the trades in the first 30 minutes. Look for big institutions to kind of set the range. That's something I'm gonna be doing this Monday. And there's an RSI reset. So most people don't know about this, but after the year, the end rally, many tech stocks are overbought. A lot of people buy tech stocks in the Christmas time and in January for long calls, including myself. So we look for a lot of mean reversion trades where we're shorting the overextensions and we're looking back to the 20-day moving average. So a lot of tech stocks are very, very elevated typically in the beginning of the year. Now this year, I don't necessarily see that the case with too many stocks. Like we do have a little bit of movement, but that's due to anticipation of good things coming up with NVIDIA, with AMD, with Intel. But certain stocks like Google, I think they're trading at good levels, maybe a little bit overinflated. Tesla is pulled back a bit, Meta pulled back a bit, so we're looking at those resets already happening. So just watch for those. Meta and Tesla, I'm looking to drop. I didn't mention Meta, but Meta had a big drop today as well. So just look for those details. I'm gonna be going live every single day. If you wanna check me out, if you wanna trade live with me, if you wanna tap in with me, if you wanna make tons of money with me trading and you wanna see what I do on a day-to-day basis, click the link in my bio. I'd love to see you in there. We have a private VIP for people that really want access to my high-level plays. Check that out as well. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. And until next time, guys, Sumi out.